Okay, now we are going to see what is building constructions. Okay, so what is building constructions? The topic itself, you have two things, right? One is building, another one is constructions. What is building? As a civil engineering student or any other one who have complete your civil engineering, so this is very basic, right? What is all about building? Building is nothing but a structure. You have a lot of structures like buildings, industrial structures. Many types of structures are there in civil engineering. Railways, for example, bridges, railways, or roadways. So these are all the many kinds of structures that we will focus on our entire civil engineering subjects, right? Dams, irrigation structures. So these are the kinds of structures. But we should know what is a building. Okay, what is a building? Building is a structure which stands on a surface of the earth. It may be any kind of structure. We can say school is also school, a building, house, a building, or an hospital is a building. Any kind of thing, it is named according to its purpose. So for people who are going to take the medication things purpose, so that building is called as a hospital. Students who are going to educate themselves, so the place, the building, that is called as schools. Okay, so any structure which is standing on the earth's surface, okay, that is called as a building. What is construction actually? Construction is nothing but the thing that you are going to mm, form, the process of making or forming any objects or any structures. So you may put all your knowledge. So in construction there are various kinds of sections. Many kinds of people work together, all together. We need many kinds of people, and we are forming or making an object or a structure. That is what's called as construction. So what is building constructions? So we are forming or making a structure in order to make it and stand. So that is what building construction. So we are forming and making and making a structure using different kinds of components of the building. Okay, so this is all about your introduction of building constructions. Next we are going to see building components and the types of structures. So building components, this is very very important. If you know what are the sections in a building, so you can able to understand, you can able to work out, you can able to work out in the upcoming this is very basic knowledge. So keeping this only, we will study all kind of things, components. So how we will design all the components, what all the components are important for a building, and how where we have to place, we will plan the components. According to these components only we will plan our building. Okay, so this is very basic thing and very very important also. Okay, as you see in this picture, you can able to see a building. Okay, so there are two types of structures. As you see here, there are two types of structures. One is superstructure and another one is substructure. Okay, what are the two types of structures? Superstructure and substructure. So what is substructure and superstructure? Substructure is nothing but the structure. See, this is ground level. This is ground level. So as you have a plot, you are in a plot or in a ground. So that is your ground level. So any structure which is beneath this ground level, that is termed as superstructure. Sorry, substructure. And any structure which is above the ground level, okay, that is termed as superstructure. Are you able to understand? Any type of structure which is below the ground level, that is termed as substructure. and any kind of structure which is above the building, above the ground level, that is known as superstructure. Okay, so there are some components in substructure and many components in superstructure. So in this video lecture we are going to focus on these components of superstructure and substructure. Okay, what is substructure? As I already told you, a part of the structure lying below the ground surface such as foundation of any type is known as substructure. So what is the structure which is below the ground level? See, you're seeing a building, you're seeing your house. If you stand outside of your building, if you see your house, you can able to, what and all you can able to see? You can able to see your steps, staircases. You can able to see doors, windows, walls, roofs. So all these kinds you are able to see. But some structures you cannot able to see. Those structures are foundation and plinth beam. So these two will be below the ground surface. Okay, these two will be below the ground surface. So these two components are termed as substructure. Okay, so a part of the structure lying below the ground surface such as foundation of any type is known as substructures. Hence components of substructure is any type of a foundation. So you know what is substructure. So the basic component of building substructure are foundation and plinth beam. So these components safely transfer the load from the superstructure to the ground. Okay. So how these components safely transfer the load from superstructure to ground surface, I will explain. I will explain you the next slides. So what is foundation? Foundation is the lowermost structure in any building. As I already told, the foundation will be, see, this is foundation. Okay, so foundation will be the lowermost structure in a building, and it will transfer the load from superstructure to the soil. See, the structure which is above the ground level, that is termed as superstructures. So here we see in this picture a beam and a column. See, a load is applied on the beam, loads is applied on the beam, and this load is gradually transfers to the column, and this load is transferred to the foundation, footing, and it, see, it load is distributed gradually, see, in the soil. It is distributed to the soil. So the work of the foundation is to transfer the load from the superstructure to the soil. Okay, so this is the work of foundation. So some of the functions of the foundations, there are 6 functions. This mentioned in the I have mentioned in this slideshow. One is reduction of load intensity. What is reduction of load intensity? Foundations distribute the load of superstructure to a larger area. See, as you see in this picture, see, it distributes the load from the superstructure to the larger area of the soil. Okay, so in order it distributes to a larger area, so the intensity, total intensity of the load. What is what is intensity? Intensity is nothing but the strength or power. Strength of the load doesn't exceed the safe bearing capacity of the soil. Safe bearing capacity, what is safe bearing capacity? The maximum capacity of the soil. See, the maximum capacity of the soil to bear the maximum stress or load. What is stress? Stress is nothing but the load applied to a given area. So the soil, so the type of soil, we have many types of soil: dense soil, undensed soil. So this is basic. This is very two important types of soil. In the dense soil, we have major types of soil, and undensed soil, we have major types of soil. Okay. So the maximum bearing capacity of the soil to bear the load, that is to bear the load safely. If it exceeds the safe bearing capacity, if the load exceeds the safe bearing capacity of the soil, what will happen? Immediately there will be a movement of soil, or soil couldn't able to, will not be able to bear the foundation load, and it will deform. It will deform under the foundation. So there will be movement of the displacement of foundation. If the foundation displaced, what will happen? Immediately our superstructure will collapse. Yes. So reduction of load intensity. So function of first foundation is reduction of load intensity. So it distributes the load to the soil within the given limits of soil safe bearing capacity. It will not exhaust, doesn't exceed its strength of the soil. Okay. And second point is even distribution of load. Even distribution of load. Foundation distribute the non-uniform load of the superstructure evenly to the subsoil. What does it means? Non-uniform load means, see, there is a column and a beam. So here I say there is a load of 10 kilonewton, and here I say there is a load of 5 kilonewton. Okay. So the load varies. This is higher, this load is higher than this load. Yes. So here the distribution of load is very less, and here the load from the superstructure is great from comparing this load. Yes. So but even though the load, see, that is what this is. Even though the non-uniform, the load is not uniform, non-uniform load from the superstructure is distributed to the foundation. This foundation's function is, even though the load is non-uniform, this foundation will distribute the load from the subsoil to load to the subsoil uniformly. Okay, that is another function of foundation. Third one is provision of level surface. Foundation provide a leveled and hard surface over which a superstructure can build. So it provides a leveled surface. Okay, so in order we can able to raise walls and build our roofs. So it gives a level surface. Lateral stability. Stability means what? The capacity of being stable firmly, to stand firmly. Okay, that is what stability. So it gives stability to the, it anchors stability to the superstructure. So this foundation gives stability, strength in order to stand with strength. So it gives strength to the superstructure, to the ground, thus imparting stability to the building. See, this is very important. So thus imparting the stability to the building. Okay. So this is what we are going to see in this thing. Next one is safety against undermining. See, I will read it. It provides safety against undermining or scoring due to burrowing animals and floodwater. What is undermining? Sometimes the soil around the foundation, surrounding the foundation, this is the foundation. The soil which is surrounding the foundation will be, there will be gap between the soil and the foundation due to some water which comes and which saturates the soil, and the soil becomes loose, and it will go, a loosened soil will be washed away from the foundations. So these are called as undermining or scoring. Scoring is nothing but the water which is logged, and it's the surrounding soil gets displaced in the foundation. So these are called underscoring. So this undermining may happen due to the burrowing animals. What is burrowing animals? The animals which makes holes in the grounds and goes holes, and the animals like rabbits and some of the animals which makes holes into the in the ground, and makes gaps between the soil and the foundation. So due to this burrowing and the flood water, the water which enters percolates into the soil and makes the soil weak, and saturate it, and makes the soil loose, and soil will run away. So due to these things, the building may get damaged or collapse. But it provides safety against undermining. Though there is less soil around the foundation, it provides safety. Okay. Protection against soil movements. Special measures prevents or minimize the distress cracks in superstructure due to expansion and construction of subsoil. Though in the subsoil, in the soil, there may be expansion or what is expansion? The elongation, or expansion. Contraction is it its size is reduced. It is shrinks like okay things. So though there may be expansion or contraction, the will be minimum distress or cracks. Cracks may occur minimum due to the saving capacity function of the foundation. So there are 6 things. What is first? Reduction of load intensity, even distribution of load, provision of level surface, lateral stability, safety against undermining, protection against soil movements. Okay. Let's move to next one. Plinth beam. Plinth is provided basically to distribute loads uniformly to the foundation and also to prevent the settlement of foundation. Okay, so as you see in this picture, above the foundation, see this is foundation, this is footing, foundation. Above the foundation, the beam is running over the foundation. So this beam is called as plinth beam. Okay, so this is usually provided to distribute loads uniformly to the foundations. So this main function of the plinth beam is which uniformly distributes the load to the foundations from the superstructure. Okay, and also prevents the settlement of the foundation. Settlement of the foundation. Plinth beam is basically the transition component of the structure where the superstructure meets the substructure. So it is a transition component. Transition component means this component transit the load from the superstructure to the structure which is in the substructure. What is structure? Which is below the substructure, that is foundation. So it's a transiting component from the superstructure to the substructure which transits the load. Okay, next. So now we have saw what is substructure. There are two components in substructure, foundation and plinth. Okay, next one, superstructure. What is superstructure? As I already told you, superstructure is a part of structure that is above plinth level. Above plinth level, that is nothing but above ground. Okay, the structure which is above ground level, or it is very uh, correct sentences with the substructure which is above the plinth level. This is correct sentence. Okay, structure which is above the plinth level. Generally columns and walls are constructed in the superstructures. So these are some of the components of superstructure. So you can able to see walls, sill, lintel, doors and windows, floors, roof, parapet, wall, beams, columns. So all these things we are going to see the next slide, coming slides. See, yeah. See, as you can see in this picture, the structure which is below the ground level is called as substructure, and above the ground level is called as, or plinth level is called as superstructure. So you can see floors is a component of superstructure, terrace, parapet railings, walls. See this wall, and doors, columns, building finishes, ceilings, windows. These are all the superstructure components. And here you can see plinth level, and below that foundation. Okay, this is foundation. So next we will see we are going to see about the superstructure. Very simple only. I will explain you within 5 minutes so that you can able to understand what is all of the components of superstructure. Okay, next is wall. A wall is a structure that defines an area, carries a load, provides security. See, wall, it will provide security. Without wall, what will happen? Animals may enter into it, or any other strangers may enter into your house or a building, into a building. So it provides shelter from different kinds of weathers, cold, rainy seasons, from sunlight, and or soundproofing. So it provides you, it gives you privacy. So this is what the main purpose of wall on, or is decorative purposes. There are many kinds of wall, load bearing walls and non load bearing walls. Load bearing walls is nothing but the walls which carries loads, and from the walls, from the wall will transfer the carry the load and will transfer to the foundation. Non load bearing walls nothing but the walls will not carry the load, but instead the structure like columns and wheels will carry the loads and it will transfer to the foundations. So nowadays we are not going for non load bearing walls, we are going for non load bearing walls. Okay, walls in buildings that form a fundamental part of the superstructure or separate interior rooms, sometimes for fire safety. So in order if you want to have to separate a bigger room into smaller portions, you can use wall to separate interior rooms. So this is wall. Next, sill. See, if you want to take screenshots, you can take screenshots for your preparations. So it may be very easy for you to have these presentations. Yeah. So let us look about sill. See, sill is nothing but if there is a window, the bottom structure of window or door opening is called a sill. See, below the window, there will be they will give a cement mortar concrete horizontal surface. Okay, so that horizontal surface which is made up of concrete slab, it will be as it will be look like as a slab. Okay, over that only they will provide windows. So that kind of structure is known as sill. Okay, sills is modern building or constructed in stone slabs like kota, kadapa, granite, ceramic tiles. Nowadays they are going for concrete only. Okay, so why these sills are provided? So in some windows you may have like a moving type of windows, or in order to provide the bearing capacity of so bearing capacity of the window. Okay, so in order to have a in order to separate the window from the walls, so in order for such cases they will use sill. Some windows may move in the wall. Okay, in order to have to move the windows in the wall, for such cases they will use sill. Okay, lintel is nothing but it is a small horizontal component which is above the window. Okay, why they are providing uh, lintel beam above the window? See, for example, this is a wall and here you have window and this wall is closed. Okay, so this is window, you have a wall. Okay, you have a wall here, here you have a wall, this is window. Okay, and above this you have to construct a wall, you have to construct a wall, but you can't construct wall above this window. If you construct a wall above this window, what will happen? This window will break because it could not able to bear the strength of this wall. It will not have, the window will not have the strength to bear this wall's load. So what they will do is they will construct a beam. They will construct a beam over the window, and this beam will be connected to the side columns. So whatever load that is above this window, that will go to the beam and the beam will transfer this to the column. So no load will transfer to this window and there will be no damages to the window. So for this purpose only we are providing, we see always provided over openings such as door, windows or any other things. So for this purpose only we are constructing a small horizontal component beam over an opening such as doors and windows. Nowadays commonly made in RCC in framed structures. Okay, next, doors. As you know about doors, so in doors also there are many kinds of components. So you will study it differently. I will put another video lecture only based on doors, what is doors and what are components, so you can able to understand what are types of doors, what are components, how to design a door for your building, all these types of things that you're going to understand over in the next coming video lectures. So what is door? Mainly what we have to know is what is door. Door is a movable barrier secured in a opening. Movable barrier. See, what is barrier? Barrier is nothing but which hinders us to go in or come in. But it is a movable barrier. So we can move this barrier, we can go in and come in. in order to access the inside of a building. See, this is provided for the purpose to access the inside of the building of rooms of a building. Okay, in order you have to go inside the building, or in order you have to go outside the building. So for this purpose only, we are using door, which is a movable barrier secured in an opening known as the doorway through a building wall or partition, where it is provided in a building wall or a partition only it is provided. A door is held in position by door frames. How this door is held in position? Using door frames. Okay, their frames. See, this is frames. This is a frame. Okay, so using this door frames, the member of which are located at the sides and top of the opening or doorway. So this is all about doors. Next is windows. What is windows definition? See, window is a vented barrier. It's also a barrier. It's used for ventilation purpose, in order light to come inside the building, in order the air to come inside the building. For that purpose only we are using window. See, without window, how the building will look like? See, there is a wall, here also a wall, so these all comprise the building. So there is no window itself. We have closed this building. If there is no window, how it will be? There will be no air will come inside, no light will come inside, it will be dark. So for that purpose only we are providing a window, so it will get all these lights and all the air to come inside. So that is what, to admit the light. See, to admit the light and air into the structure. So vented barrier provided in a wall opening, and also to give outside view, so you can able to see what is happening outside. Windows also increase the beauty of the beauty appearance of a building, increases the beauty. So some types of windows, uh, so these types of windows, the coming days I will put separately a video, what is windows, what are the types of windows, how to design windows, separately a video. Okay, so you can able to see. So these are the types of windows can able to see in the coming lectures. What is floor? Floor in a building construction is a leveled surface which can support the objects, components, etc., occupants, etc. So we are the occupants, and some type of objects. In order to place it, we need a leveled surface. So floor provides a leveled surface in a building construction. Okay. So what are the types of flooring materials? Cement or lime concrete. So using lime or cement, we can able to give a floor. We can able to put a floor, or bricks, flagstones, marble, glass, ceramic, plastic, mud, and muram. So all these kinds of things we are going to, what is marble, what is glass, what is ceramic, all these going to study coming lectures. And next component of superstructure is roof. Roof is the uppermost portion of the building which provides the building from rain, wind, and sun. Can you understand, right? So uppermost portion of the building which protects us from the rain, window, and sun. Various types of roofs are flat roofs. Roofs which is flat. Pitched roofs. Pitched roof is, these kinds of roofs are pitched roofs. Okay, pitched roofs. Roof shells and folded plates. Okay. Next, parapet walls. Parapet walls. Why we are providing parapet walls? In a flat roofs, if you don't doesn't provide parapet walls, what will happen? Immediately, in some cases, if we are if we if we are accessing the open place, it is possible for us to fall from of the building, out of the building, from the top. Okay, so parapet is also a barrier which is an extension of the wall to the edge of a roof. It is provided at the edge of the roof for any walkway purposes like balcony, terrace, and other structures. So this is purpose of parapet walls. Next component is beams. Beam is nothing but an horizontal component. See, can you see in this picture? This is an horizontal component of a building structure. It is made up of steel, reinforced cement, or concrete. So it carries the tensile load of the structure, and it transfers the tensile load to this columns. Okay, it supports the load of building structure. It takes tensile load of structure. Next component is column. It is a vertical member. See, vertical member of a structure is known as a frame structure is known as column. Vertical member of component. It is made up of reinforced cement, concrete. See, all these components in a superstructure and substructure we are going to study in detail in the coming video lectures structures. So now In this video, I have explained you briefly what are the components, what is all about. Many of us doesn't know, they doesn't, as we will tell as a civil engineers, but we will not able to tell what is the component. If we ask them, if it's someone asks or asks what is sill, what is the purpose of sill, or what is wall, basic definitions we couldn't able to answer this. So don't worry about it. So if we look into this kinds of videos, can able to understand it very quickly. Okay, so from this thing, I like to close this video. And in the upcoming days, as I already told you, we are going to study it briefly, what is building construction and what are the things coming when under the building construction. We are going to study it very briefly. Okay, and I ask you to subscribe my YouTube channel so that you can able to get more videos and get notifications. Like my channel so that I can able to, I'm motivated to do all types of such type of things. So kindly subscribe my video, and see you in the next video lecture. Until then, bye from Cyril.